Hello, everybody. It's your girl Weebo, and with me today are the wonderful Makarov and Joe Lender. Say hi, gentlemen.
How you doing?
Howdy-ho.
Hopefully, we will be joined by a few other people at a later point in the stream, but for now, it's just us three, and it's been a few months since we've done a Patreon hangout. It's on me. I was out of the country, and then I had competition, and then I had more travel stuff that I had to do. So it was very messy for a very long while there. I don't even know how I managed to keep up with my video uploading schedule. Luckily, I did. So that was a thing. I apologize. It's
Mostly she had something better to do.
no, I actually do enjoy these streams. It's just they getting a schedule out for a significant, at least like more than two of us to be able to, like, I'll do the one-on-one things, no problem. Even offline, it's fine. But getting three of us at least, because that's kind of like the benchmark number that I like to have before we go live or whatever, just to kind of make sure there's no lulls in the conversation. But getting three of us to have like a set time that works is so difficult because, well, Makarov lives all the way across the world in a completely different time zone, and I'm a college student, so it's difficult.
I work like a dog.
Exactly, I do apologize, but here we are. So
alive and well.
Exactly.
After a very long time.
And I am excited because today, waking up this morning, I didn't know exactly what we were going to talk about. I figured it would just happen organically. We wouldn't have to really start anything. We'd just have a conversation. Maybe it would develop into something more interesting, like we do another political compass quiz, see if I've changed at all, or I don't know, whatever. But something happened less than half an hour ago on my Twitter. And as you all know, I love documenting the shenanigans that goes on Twitter because it's quite enjoyable. Also, don't mind my wet hair. I just showered when I came back from the gym. Anyway, the Twitter sphere is at least half of the content that I have at the moment, mainly because it's the source of a lot of, avid conflict between parties. And I find that conflict fascinating. And there are a whole bunch of different arguments that come from Twitter conflict that I like to associate myself with, or that I like to engage with on a more fundamental level, I guess. But this guy, you guys are familiar with my Nefertiti video, the old one that stirred up a lot of controversy because I said three things: that we don't know what Nefertiti looks like, that we don't know what ancient people exactly look like, and that Egyptians were diverse. I never really specified a specific timeline, but I'd say around the 18th dynasty. That's a good considering the history surrounding that time frame in that area. I'd say it's a good indicator that they were pretty diverse. But
well, that trilogy was most definitely a very historic and an emotional episode for some people.
I enjoyed that, especially the third episode. That was my mic drop moment. And after that, I was like, I'm not going to do any more videos on this stuff. It is what it is. I'll let it rest. I'm not going to make another video on Radio 1. It's quite all right. And I'm not going to do that. We're not going to be, going into the Egyptian question again. We're not going to be debating Radio 1 again. I've moved on. Hopefully Radio 1 has as well. Although I did hear on my plane from America to Greece a few months ago, Andy Worski actually tweeted at me in DMs. He's like, "Hey, we have Radio 1 on again. Would you mind coming on?" And I'm like, I got the DMs 8 hours after the fact, so I was like, I was on a plane for 8 hours, so I can't.
Bad
Sorry.
timing.
Exactly, it was very bad timing. But anyway, sorry, side tangent aside. So I know I said I wasn't going to be approaching the Egyptian question, and we're not, like I said. But something happened, and I'm going to screen share with you my Twitter notifications because, oh boy. Okay, so we're going to. I got some more notifications recently, so we're gonna be going through that stuff. Hopefully, it's going to be enjoyable for you as it is for me.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Oh, this should be good.
Ed Yufino, hi. Okay, so to get you caught up, something happened on Twitter that has something to do with the Egypt question. We're going to be looking at it and just kind of enjoying ourselves. Okay. So here we have this random guy here. Let me just zoom out a little bit in the screen so we can get a fuller picture. Henry Board at Shelton Baller. Please don't harass him if you would. That's it's not what we're doing here. We're just enjoying ourselves right now on a nice Saturday afternoon. He added me, you can see, with no context, and he just sent me this lovely picture with the volume control thing and a rather mangled statue, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too special about it. It shows the facial features. Here, we can actually. Oh, I didn't actually go zoom in on the picture yet. Okay, a Num 3 ancient sculpture and works of art. Not really much of a description, but here we have. You can kind of see a large ear, some droopy titties. This looks like a guy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Male.
It looks like a male statue.
Most definitely.
There's not a lot there to indicate a lot. Unless he's not wearing pants and that's supposed to be like fupa, and in which case I don't know. But anyway, and I'm sorry guys, I'm not really paying that much attention to the chat right now because I am doing a lot of screen control stuff. But I'll look into the chat. I'll kind of pay a little bit more attention to it. I'm just gonna move the screen a little bit so we can do that. All right, cool. So that's the first picture he sent me, and then a little bit later, he sends me this picture. I think it's the same picture, but from a front angle, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
Perhaps. Anyway, so we get the ear, we get the half of a face, some nice full lips. You know, that the Kylie Jenner lip treatment is working out well for this statue. Either very large man boobs or very tiny female boobs. We can't really tell. I want to say that this looks masculine, but I'm not an expert in Egyptology, so I couldn't tell you. Although you'll be happy to know that I am taking Introduction to Mediterranean Archaeology. Right now we're in Pompeii, but very soon we'll probably move on to Egypt, or we'll move back on to Egypt because we kind of touched on King Tut because the book that we're reading introduces with King Tut because, as we all know, King Tut and his excavation of his tomb was like the first real legit archaeological dig that mattered and everyone cared about, which is good because it's a very interesting dig. Anyway, but as you can see, he added me again and said, "This is one of Nefertiti's daughters," and I'm like, "Sir,
That doesn't look, number one, female, and number two, it doesn't even look Egyptian.
Well, here's the thing. You can't actually tell because the defining traits of Egyptian statues are, and I learned this in Greece because they actually have Egyptian statues in Greece.
Mm-hmm.
The defining traits of Egyptian statues are they stand kind of in a very tall pose. They're a little bit larger than life, and they have both of their hands down at their sides, and their feet are kind of in that walking-ish pose or in that straight standing pose, depending on the time period. There are a few Greek statues that are also kind of modeled after that. But the other defining trait is that they are, kind of bare-chested and wearing the trademark kind of, I don't know the actual word for it, but the skirt thing. Anyway, so you can't really tell a lot from this statue. It's a very damaged, partial. To be quite frank, I'm not familiar with who this is because there's a lot of damaged statues from all throughout time that have been dug up by archaeologists. The thing is, how can you tell who this is supposed to be without some sort of documentation that says that this is someone else. There's no hyperlink here that he's quoted in his tweet that allows me to know exactly who this is from any point of view. I can't go and look at it on my own. I even before we got on stream, I actually did a reverse Google image search to kind of like look into it, and it's kind of hit or miss with reverse Google image search because it knows the popular images if there are definitive traits. But this is a half broken statue. There are no definitive traits. There's nothing notable about this. So it just gave me a whole bunch of how do I put this? Random other Egyptian kind of close matches. Nothing that resembled this necessarily. Anyway. And also Pinterest links. I got tons of Pinterest links too, by the way. That's how you know your sources are legit.
Pinterest again.
Mm-hmm. Pinterest.
Oh,
and then
just keeps getting better.
So we'll go to this guy's Twitter. And this is the first tweet that we see. I hope you get raped, you whore.
Well.
So you can tell he's an upstanding citizen. Although I will say, if you look at the actual, I looked into the account that this was. This is actually a suspended account, obviously. So you can't really check who it is. But if you know a thing or two about technology, you see that this is Evelyn 1488. If you're familiar with internet lore, you'll know that Evelyn was actually a notorious alt-right troll, and when I say alt-right troll, I legitimately mean that she was an actual troll. Like, if you check out the bio that she released of herself, and I didn't do a lot of looking into Evelyn when she was a thing, but she was pretty trolly. She had those, Hitler did nothing wrong videos, but they were done in a way that was meant to trigger people. Anyway, you can actually look, YouTube her. You'll see a lot of shit. You'll probably see a lot of, archive videos about her. Anyway, so you can go to the tweets and the replies and see where he added me and stuff. So we can logically assume that this guy came direct from my Nefertiti video to tell me these two very important things, which, by the way, he's not saying a goddamn thing. He's just saying, oh, this is a picture, and I will say that this is this thing. Okay, that's not very definitive. And if that were all, this would not be a very interesting stream. But, my friends, Jean Fall, she's also a legit white nationalist, still is. Is she really? I thought that she was just a legit troll, because in her biopic thing that she did with on the interwebs, that's what she said that she was. Thing. Yeah. Anyway.
It's always good when the white nationalists chime in on the African Egyptian question.
Exactly. But here's the thing. These were 40 and 36 minutes ago. If you look down here, the last tweet that he made was in May of 2017, May 9th. So this guy's been off Twitter for quite a while, and he jumped on Twitter just for me. I feel very special. I feel so good that I affected this man's life so much that he decided after over a year to hop on that Twitter train and
he
tell
decided
me
to
a
dedicate
thing or two.
That's triggering.
Just for you.
I am so proud of myself. I have affected the lives of so many people.
Oh, but
so
this comment
prominently.
But this comment is actually quite nice. Blacks who do abortions are crime fighters, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Very interesting comment. Mm-hmm. Very thought-provoking. Highly intelligent.
Ooh, the ancient Greeks and Romans were black too.
Yeah, we're getting there. Shh, don't get ahead of me, all right?
sorry.
Jesus. Anyway, so if you scroll down through this guy's Twitter, it's a plethora of nuclear hot takes. Boop, doop, 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 doop. If you see anything that you really want to talk about, hit me
Well,
up.
let's
Jesus,
read all of them and
all of
absorb.
them. Absorb. Well, some of these aren't that interesting. Like the Bible has nothing to do with Europeans. You know that, right? I mean,
okay, we can skip that.
Skip that. Blacks who do abortions are crime fighters, aren't they?
Already done.
Nothing nuclear about that hot take. Jesus wasn't white. Stop calling them. He has nothing to do with Europeans just because you adopted Christianity. Doesn't. And literally
Continue.
literally nothing. He's just kind of open-ended.
Well, he's not wrong about that.
Hang on. Doesn't. And I can't even see the original tweet. A purposeful wife. I don't know. You know the ancient Greeks and Romans were black people, right?
Just no.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, right?
What?
It's common knowledge. I mean, what the fuck?
Based on who? Said what now?
They just later on lost all their blackness. They lost their groove.
I guess. That makes total sense. It's not like the Doric invasion was from the north or anything.
No, it wasn't trending anymore. It wasn't trending anymore.
It's not trending. Okay, so here's a caveat to that, all right? I will say this. Mycenaean Greek, right? Or Mycenaean, however it is that people want to say it. I'll say it Mycenaean or Mycenaean just because I can't decide and I'm autistic like that. Anyway, Mycenaean Greeks. We don't know where they fucking came from. The leading archaeological consensus is we don't fucking know. Which is kind of par for the course when it comes to really ancient shit. But yeah, we don't know where Mycenaean Greeks came from. All right. Next point. Next thing I will say. And you know what? Actually, you know what? I am so salty about this that I think I might. I have a whole bunch of pictures from my trip from Greece, right? And I have a whole bunch of pictures from the museums there and shit. And I could very well, I didn't prepare them in the sense that I didn't get all of the pictures of just the random shit that you guys don't care about out of there so that, you don't see anything that you're not supposed to see. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But,
what museum was it?
All of the museums, every single one of the important museums from all of the different dig sites and archaeological sites and stuff. But I can, once we're done screen sharing here, I could probably pull them up while we're, discussing shit afterwards and we can go through that. But the Mycenaean Greeks, we don't know where they came from. And then Macedonians came down from the north and occupied, Greece. And that's where we get your modern day Greeks. Fuck. See, here's the thing. I am very diet into archaeology, the layman type shit. Everything that I know is from information that I looked up that week about archaeology.
Right.
And stuff that I've, heard from my teachers and from museums and stuff that I've read. But I retain it in a way, and I keep saying a lot, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've had so much caffeine this morning. Fuck. Sam Khan, thank you for the £2. Type K if you support the white race. Oh boy.
This should be fun.
Definitely. What I'm trying to say is I've had dick measuring contests with people who think that the ancient Greeks were white, and now apparently people who think that the ancient Greeks were black. So I have officially hit both ends of the spectrum. Now I gotta find something in the middle. Yes, I'm sure it was caffeine. Looking at you, Jen. Anyway, let's keep looking at these nuclear hot takes. If you guys see again anything that you that you wanna talk about, hit me up.
And that's how the ancient Egyptians' mummies got their blonde and red hair. I'd really like to see the rest of that conversation.
Let's check.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting, considering the fact that in ancient Egypt, if I'm not mistaken, having body hair was considered not really hygienic.
Right. Most of the blonde and red hair would be just wigs, so they dyed.
Yes, they used wigs and basically waxed off everything else, both
Now,
men
I
and
will
women.
say that there have been discoveries of ancient mummies with red hair. That has been a thing. I have seen that. Whether or not that's proof of anything is up for discussion, because anyone can have red hair, as the Black was Kings type people, and people who want to tell me that apparently it's okay to oppress redhead minorities would tell me. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
Hang on, is there some shenanigans going on in my chat?
Ooh, let's have a look.
Joys of Sorrow, are you censored? Okay. What is going on?
Nothing.
I don't know.
None of. Hang on, I'm looking at the chat. I'm looking at the deleted messages. None of these are that bad.
No.
Okay. Well, Joyce, dude. I booped trolling. Yeah, don't worry about that. Okay, the only reason that you would need to actually boop somebody is if they're doxing people or if they're spamming. That's the only reason I have mods. Anything else is completely fine. No, you're fine. Just so I know, everyone. All right. The only things that I will get you booped from this chat on are doxing people and spam, because we don't need that shit. That's the only two reasons. Okay, so back to the main conversation. Sorry about that. No, he's not a bad mod. We just didn't understand the rules. It's fine. I never clarified.
Too strict.
Anyway.
Off to the La La Land.
Well, and here's a side tangent for you. Trolling doesn't bother me because, let's be honest, I do that quite often as well. What bothers me is people being annoying. And that's simply when they just kind of spam the chat, which has happened before, but it doesn't happen as rarely. And then the whole doxing thing, that doesn't sit well with me. So that's the only two things that I'm not okay with. Yeah. So proceed, gentlemen. So what the interesting thing that I found about some of these tweets is that, okay, here's one that we can actually look at the original tweet of. Okay, that's not very interesting. But if you I don't care. But if you look at this, we can't go to the original tweet. Right? But is the user okay, so that account is suspended. This guy has a tendency to reply to people who are suspended. Which
Is this another Evelyn? Veronica Evelyn?
No, I don't think so.
Well, no, that what he replied to.
Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. Does she have more? Did she have more than one account?
I avoid Twitter for the cancer that it is, so I don't know. Or stew, drink, and fight.
Well, yeah, no, that's true. And our blonde girl's really dumb. I can be from time to time, but I'm also a redhead, so I can also be the other stereotype that is associated with hair color. You know, I'm flexible like that. I'm on a spectrum, guys. More than one, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You don't discriminate.
I don't discriminate my spectrums. Anyway. Okay, here's an interesting one. Heinrich taking part in an old Yule tradition, setting fire to the sun wheel, marking the return of the sun, which is a big deal in Scandinavia. Okay, that sounds cool.
That sounds kind of neat.
It does sound really cool. Here's the thing. I've always wanted to go to Scandinavia. Just because I always wanted to travel the world. I want to go everywhere, if that makes any sense. I want to see all of the things and the places. But this guy comes back with, funny, because white people can't even be exposed to the sun. The sun means more to Africans, hence our dark skin. What the fuck? The sun means more to Africans, hence our dark skin. This guy's logic is not...
You can't put his scientific basis in denial. I mean, that's some reverse genetics and shit.
Well, I'm wondering what the argument he's trying to make here is. Is it white people can't be exposed to the sun because they'll burn up in the sun? Because I've heard that before many a times. The sun means more to Africans, hence our skin. Is that saying that?
That's just because they evolved in a place with more sun. White people are evolved where there's less sun, so they need white skin, so they can take more of that sun in to make more vitamin D.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, don't you think that for people who live in areas with, I don't know.
just don't.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Cultures all around the world, vary in various areas of the world with various levels of and various degrees of sun exposure. Have different, in their ancient religions, have different sun deities. If you catch my drift, like the Greeks have Helios. And that's, for some reason, I can't think of anyone else. Fuck.
Well, the Greeks had Helios. They also had
Apollo too.
Apollo, yeah.
What else?
I'm trying to remember the Norse one.
Oh wait, hang on. Isn't the swastika supposed to be a sun symbol too?
It's a sun symbol. It's actually a couple different cultures use it for different things.
That's what I thought. I can't think of any other religions that have a sun god off the top of my head because I'm being retarded right now. Oh, the Egyptians had Ra. Thank you. Thank you. This is Kyle. You are my personal savior.
In the Roman Empire, I think it was called Sol.
Well, here's the thing, though. The Romans adopted a lot of their religion from the Greeks as well. The only difference being that they put more emphasis on, Venus and Mars, or Aphrodite and Ares.
I know, but still.
They had a thing for war and love,
in the end, they worshipped all of them.
They did. They did worship the entire Greek pantheon.
Yeah. Aztecs. I think the Aztec sun god was also their war god, wasn't he?
Maybe, but yeah, no. They also had They also had a sun god.
Yeah. Every culture did. I mean, the sun's very important to all cultures because it's a source of life.
What?
Yeah.
You're telling me that the sun is important? Who would have thunk it? Yeah, that's what I thought. The swastika is an ancient sun symbol. And isn't it still something that's symbolic and used in various religions and is important to certain people from different areas of the world currently in today's...
Yeah, to the Hindi, I think it's a symbol of power, strength, but it's not evil or anything. It's just a strength symbol. I think the Chinese do the same thing.
Puppy of the Dead. The ancient Chinese practiced peaceful Nazism.
Yep.
All the way.
Oh fuck. Anyway, so yeah, point is many different cultures felt that sun was important to them. Also, thank you, Bill Stevens, for the $5. My favorite thief, or is it my favorite rogue that wears rogue? Wait, rogue that wears rouge?
Rouge.
If only I could read. Either way, love ya. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry I butchered your comment. I'm a retard. Did you know? No. Fun fact about me. I couldn't read until 3rd grade. Yep.
She's still working on it.
Apparently. Well, no, now I can read pretty fast. I can't guarantee you that I'll get all the words right, but I can read pretty fast if I need to. Just not out loud. In my head is better. Because the voices in my head help me.
I mean, in the end, there are some rednecks that are 40 years old and still can't read a whole sentence normally, that everybody can understand them.
True story, bruh.
What y'all talking about?
So, I ain't gonna read no about those shit, boy.
As a 40-year-old redneck, I take offense to what you guys did. So
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm banning your guys' Twitter accounts.
Hey guys, did you know that apparently Buddha was black?
Of course.
But I thought it was a lighter shade of brown.
Buddha, Negro, lips, hair. Those are some killer
Real science right there.
Hey, this is
Buddha.
Dr. Henry Bard or Board.
Bored.
So, I'm assuming he's a doctor. I mean,
Maybe. I don't know.
doctor
We'll
of
see.
some type of archaeology.
I've
I'm
never heard black hair as being called crisped. That's an interesting way to describe it.
Here, I'm gonna look up Buddha right now.
Well, if you spell it right.
Did I not spell it right? Oh fuck.
No.
Guatemala Buddha.
All right.
Well, here he looks pretty beige.
Yeah, looks kind of
Well,
clay
I
there.
I was spot on then. A lighter shade of brown.
It's kind of yellow there.
That's not Buddha.
No. Yeah, that's
I don't
where she's given birth to Buddha. Siddhartha.
I don't think that's what that was. That was it. I don't know. Maybe
That was
I
Buddha's
took
birth.
I took Buddhism in film 2 years ago, but I retained absolutely nothing from that class. It was a diversity credit.
There's a yellow Buddha up there too.
I'm not seeing any definitive evidence of this black Buddha.
I'm sure that Buddha was a trans race, so.
Transracial.
He was transcendent,
Like
so
Jesus?
he was all races.
Oh no, I'm just like
we
that.
got a golden Buddha. We got a pink Buddha. We got a yellow Buddha.
Yeah, he was
Which is
born
funny
yellow
because he's Asian.
and then chose to identify as black. So.
This is a brown, a darker brown Buddha. This is like a really nice rose gold Buddha.
Brass.
This is a white Buddha. See, Buddha was white. Evidence right here. What else?
Absolutely.
There's a big
Here.
giant white Buddha.
What if I asked what color was Buddha? Let's see.
Oh shit.
Brown.
Brown. Well, no. You see, apparently.
Once again, I'm correct.
Apparently, here's the thing, guys. Brown skin is the single determining factor of whether or not you are black. And we all know that black actually means African. So, really, Buddha was African. Don't you know? Even though he was from Asia, he was actually from Africa.
Boom, you nailed it.
Yep.
Logic!
That's right. Congratulations. You need to pick up your Nobel Prize this year.
Mm-hmm.
There's a blue
Who's
Buddha.
gonna nominate me? Huh?
There was a blue Buddha.
Ah, shit, what up?
Avatar Lives Matters.
That looks like a feminine Buddha.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. If
Mm.
Buddha wants to put on some earrings one day, that's
Oh, that looks toxic.
that's their choice.
Huffington Post article with a black Buddha over there.
Oh shit. And here's the thing that you have to understand. When someone tries to argue that a group of people from the ancient world is this certain color because this piece of art is representative of what they actually saw themselves as, like, oh, this is a stab at realism. You have to understand that different cultures have different meanings for different colors. For instance, if you look at Egyptian, hang on. Wall paintings. Oh, I misspelled paintings, didn't I? Yep, I did. Yeah, I did. Yep. I did that. I done did the diddly dat.
She's
Okay,
still
so-
working on the English language, everyone.
My first language is actually gibberish. Anyway, if you look at Egyptian wall paintings, obviously, I don't think that Egyptians, your everyday Egyptians, was green. Although this is a representation of Osiris, the god Osiris. Who's,
So he's dead.
The
He's
god.
actually a zombie.
Well, yes.
Where's his arms?
I mean, look at it this way.
He's mummified.
Oh, he's
wait,
got
no,
hands.
They're right there.
Are they connected to his shoulders? Like, I don't.
Wait, hang on a sec.
Well,
Fino, are you saying something?
no, but Fino's talking. Makarov sounds really quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, Makarov, I can't hear you, man.
I think he unplugged his microphone. Barely.
No, I can't. Barely. I heard a snap.
Hold up. One, two,
Blink twice
three,
if you
four.
can hear me.
Do you hear me?
I can hear you.
You're
But
very,
very
quiet.
Barely. I can't hear anything that you're saying if you're trying to say something at all.
Speak in Morse code.
I don't think he can hear us though.
Wait, was I? No. He's muted.
One more time.
It's very quiet.
Very
so-
quiet.
Yeah, just speak in snaps.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
You can hear us?
Was it Lassie?
Huh?
I can hear you. It's not a problem. Hold on.
This is the best stream ever.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people? We got
Mm.
59 people being blessed right now by 60.
60.
We just added somebody just now,
Mm-hmm.
Wow, mummy burritos do not sound very good.
and then we lost them.
Oops. Okay, but color in ancient Egypt art. So if you actually did the research, Radio One, if you actually did the research, you'd notice it's a British article.
I mean,
they
Fucking
don't know
redcoats.
anything about Egypt.
The different color. Anyway, sorry. You can see that the different colors: green, red, blue, yellow, white, black. And Makarov, I still can't hear you just say, but I'm not gonna let that stop us from wrecking.
well, Macro's not in here.
He's not. Oh, did he leave? Sorry. Okay. So green. And for those of you who want to know, yes, this is exactly what my tabs bar looks like when I'm doing research for a video. But green, in Watch also means to flourish and to be healthy. Hieroglyphic represents the papyrus plant as well as the greenstone malachite. Oh, I got it right. Hold up. Anyway, it's meant to represent fertility in the cycle of decay and growth, which makes sense. And then you go to red, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. You go to red. Oh, and this is the fun part, right? We go to red. It was a powerful color. It was associated with blood. And menstrual pads.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm skimming here to get to the interesting shit.
Why would
Represents
why would menstrual pads be red?
In other words, they're talking about the shit
It's a
amulet right
used
there.
menstrual pad.
I've never seen one.
A used menstrual pad. Okay, so imagine you bleed into a Band-Aid.
Okay.
But it's a
That's
big
what that
Band-Aid.
is, essentially. But it's a big Band-Aid. It's white, and you put it in your vagina, or around your vagina.
Okay.
Girls
That's
are
good
icky.
to know. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so red for the Egyptians represented the desert. If you didn't know, Deseret was the actual Egyptian word. Also, thank you, Bill Stevens, for the $5. I am off to work to earn more money for the rogue-wearing rogue to steal from me. Work is a side quest for me. Oh, LOL. Okay. Sorry. English. Not my first language.
All right, yeah, spell that Egyptian word. There's no vowels in it, so.
The shirt?
Well, here's the thing. The Egypts didn't actually have a system of language that included vowels in them. So you're shit out of luck if you're a vowels type person. Red was linked to victory and the passion of the Egyptian army, but mostly it represented the desert. So then we go back to the color spectrum of things that we can look at and discern. Weebo is not drunk again, Crash Underride. It's
Not yet.
2:40 p.m. in the afternoon.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I do not have a drinking problem.
I
No
do.
problem drinking.
I drink less than one night every 2 weeks, so that does not depict a problem in the drinking department. Anyway, so blue is this color of the heavens, and hence represented the universe, which is fitting considering the sky is blue, so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So my point is, and we're gonna go to black. My point is, I'm not 13. I am 20. I almost said 18. I'm 20. I swear to God. But no. Side note, you guys ever have that moment in the middle of a year when you're just like, well, how old am I again? Am I still 18? Is that what's going on here? And then you realize that you're actually a lot older than that.
Wait till you hit your 40s.
Mm-hmm. You stop caring entirely.
You start. What month is it?
When was I born?
Yeah.
Someone's in denial. You know, this is the Weebo has a drinking problem. Rumor is worse than the Weebo's always pregnant rumor, because that's been a thing too, by the way. Didn't you know?
No, I missed that one.
Yeah, it's
Congratulations.
I'm not pregnant. It's almost as bad. It's almost as bad, all right? It's almost, but not quite. Almost as bad as the rumor that Monkey keeps putting out there that apparently I have a thing for anal. I don't.
Well, that's why you're pregnant.
Yeah. If you just stick to the anal, you wouldn't get pregnant.
God damn it. Oh, yeah, no, the coal burner rumor, that one is funny, too.
How many rumors do you have about you?
Apparently, I'm a mud shark, don't you know?
Well, now you're going to be pregnant for the next 7 months or so.
I am a pregnant, coal-burning alcoholic who likes it up the butt.
Trap.
Yep. Oh, that one has been my personal favorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the color black represented the death, obviously.
Wait, if you get a trap pregnant, are you gay?
Yes. So you get my drift. The colors mean nothing in terms of representation of who people are.
Yeah, for the people, they have meaning outside of the skin color of people.
Weebo Jones only dates whites. Actually, that's not true either. My first boyfriend was Mexican. My second no. That's a bold-faced lie. My first boyfriend was Asian. My second boyfriend was Mexican. I got the orders mixed up.
Well,
and then my third boyfriend was white, and this boyfriend is Greek. So I've only had 4.
So what's your 5th boyfriend going to look like?
Presumably, I'm not going to have a 5th boyfriend because I will be marrying current boyfriend.
That's adorable.
Thank you. That's adorable. Your commitment is so cute.
Yeah, once you hit 40, that commitments go out the door.
Seriously? Oh,
yeah.
God. I'm not looking forward to that.
No. No, because you'll be going after the 20-year-olds when you're 40.
But why would I do that?
Because you're a cougar.
Yeah, I mean, after your 3rd kid or 4th, I don't know what rate you're going to be having kids at.
Well, the fact you're starting this early, I mean, it's going to be quite a few.
Right.
I'm not pregnant, though. I know that for certain. Don't ask me how.
I say you take the test on the stream to prove it to everyone. Otherwise, the rumors are going to just linger.
How about I pull out my bloody tampon and show it to the camera?
That might work too.
I'll just take your word for it.
This conversation has devolved pretty quickly.
Yeah. Welcome to Weebo Streams.
Oh, now I'm a cougar, guys. Thanks so much for that.
Yeah. Well,
hello, Makarov.
Can you hear me now?
No.
You're still
almost.
God damn it.
Just yell at the top of your lungs the whole hour. Just...
I'm sure your neighbors won't mind.
Hold on. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, that's much better.
Oh, thank you so much. It's much better.
All right. Now let's get on with the show.
Okay, so bloody tampons, gentlemen.
Yes, that's where we're at.
What? Tampon placement.
Yep. Came
For
right
real.
at the
We're talking
perfect time.
Weebo, hook us up with a discount or something. Come on.
Wait, hang on. I have serious question though. We've been talking about it all week in the house. Because I have housemates and we're all very poor and we're all feeding each other because we have no money. But buying in bulk for 6 people is a lot better than buying for just a single person and then making food for yourself, right? Because it's cheaper. But we're all broke. So
do not reuse used maxi pads. Like,
Okay. No,
Yeah.
that's not where I was going with this. That's not where I was going
Wash
with
them
this.
first.
We're
Then
really-
we'll use them.
we're
Oh,
really poor.
So, no, okay. So you know Mr. Repsion.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Some of you know where we're going with this.
Who could forget him?
So, one of the admins in the Discord, Not Gay Caleb, you're familiar with him, right?
Yes.
Yep.
He and I are housemates. And Not Gay Caleb has been talking to me about, like, do you still talk to Mr. Repsion? Do you think you could hook me up, like, connect me with him so that I can learn how to sell my used underwear for money? Because I'm sure there's a market out there for that. And I'm like, Caleb, no. No, don't do it.
Yeah, well, but his services are kind of pricey. Yeah, so.
But the thing that got me thinking, do I have the type of audience that would be willing to purchase that from me? Not that I'm actually going to do it, but I wonder, how fucked up are you guys?
Just make it a Patreon tier and just see who
Damn it!
goes to that tier.
Oh, yeah.
You mean I have to up my contribution now?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think she's going to discount.
$200 tier. $200 tier would be a good start.
$200 for a pair of sweaty, soiled, used underwear.
That sounds like
Oh,
a
God.
very interesting business idea.
No,
A lot
I
of-
wouldn't do it,
very
but I'm wondering how fucked up everyone is.
Yes.
Let's check.
That's
eBay
your
right
answer.
now. Let's check the price of the last Weebo used underwear sold for on eBay.
Wait, how much does Repsion sell his underwear for? I need to know.
He
Oh,
probably
shit.
keeps it secret, is my guess. I bet everyone pays him something different.
Yeah, probably.
Should I ask him on Discord? Be like, hey,
I thought-
Rep, how
I
much
thought
do you
he
sell
just
this
sold.
for?
I thought he just sold socks. I didn't know he was. He moved up to the.
So his sturdy
The
socks and
undergarments?
underwear.
Ooh, as a pair.
I'd like to bet that he is roaming around on the dark web.
Do you get a
selling
birthday
his
discount,
underwear.
you think? Does Mr. Repsion give people veteran discounts?
It'd be nice.
And how do you
Wounded
verify
veterans. Yes.
Oh.
Underwear price?
Perfect grammar.
Yep.
Did I not spell it 100% correctly?
Yeah, Google's confused
You know
because
what? How
they're calling him a
much
men. So
can I sell? Fuck. My dirty.
my X4 was right next to Xbox.
Wait,
Like,
hang on.
look at the Xbox.
My
Oh, yeah.
dirty
My sperm floor.
underwear. Nope, that's not how you spell it. There we go.
Sell used panties at pantydeal.com.
Wait, I think there's 200 in the top paragraph. Ooh,
Any
cool.
collections have sold for 200 and up. Okay, so you guys were right.
You're gonna have to, Weebo, you're gonna have to create like a collection. So it's like this is my gym used collection, and this is what I just.
Holy shit.
So, you have to have multiple lines.
This is my granny panty underwear
Yes.
collection.
This is my laundry day panties I wear.
This is my dental floss panty collection.
Ooh.
Oh, Puppy of the Dead, how much are you selling your used eggs for again? Well, I guess we could go. We could start negotiating. I will sell them for $80. We can negotiate down from there. Hopefully, we'll get to a nice 63, and then we'll stop there.
How much are you selling fertilized eggs for?
Oh, that's a good question. Wait, what?
Well, she has one right now, so.
Right.
I
That's what I'm saying. Like, find out the price now. I mean,
Give her 9 months and then she'll give you a price.
that's,
Mhm.
does
Oh
it go
boy,
up
look
in
at-
value?
It depends. What race is the kid?
If it's Asian, it's expensive.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Well, I guess it depends which boyfriend, former boyfriend, is the dad.
It's really it's really sad that there is a actual website for this.
Wait, there are probably multiple. Hang on, let's go back.
Yeah, this is a professional looking website.
I know.
I mean,
Yes, absolutely.
I expected just
Women
Craigslist.
paying $60,000 selling her dirty underwear online.
So if you go through
Let's
the
look at that
website,
story.
you get $200. You go through the New York Post, you get 60.
Obviously. Free advertisement for my services. Oh, hang on. Hair and toenail clippings to men. She nicknames her pay pigs. Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Yasmin Knight. That sounds like a porn star name if I've ever heard one before. Weebo should do an interview with JF. See, I would, but JF blocked me on Twitter a while ago, so I don't know how I would get in touch with him.
Yeah,
I could always super chat him again and tell him to stop fucking potatoes, but I don't think he's going to be happy with me about that.
$96 a pair.
Hey, this Yasmin is encouraged. Weebo, you said you're cash strapped, and
there you go.
says she encourages this. So start saving your toenail clippings and sanitary napkins. And
well, here's the thing. And I would never stoop to that level of selling toenail clippings or my hair or my used underwear. And there are a couple reasons for this. First off, I'm not that desperate yet. The other reason,
emphasis on yet.
I mean, if I ever get to that point, it'll probably be because my kids are starving and I have nothing to feed them.
So another 2 years?
Oh, fuck you.
After the divorce, yeah.
You guys have a really low opinion of my relationship. You don't even know it.
I think we have low opinions in our relationship.
Well,
These are projections.
Yeah, it's all projection.
Okay, just to give you guys some perspective, we've been dating for 3.5 years, and it's long distance too. So, it's been long distance for the past 2 years.
Yeah, he's gonna be very confused when you turn up pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm not pregnant, though. Ugh. How much am I selling my used kids for? I'm not selling my used kids. I'm not even pregnant. What was I saying? Fuck. Oh, the other reason why I wouldn't sell my dirty underwear, toenail clippings, or hair or whatever is because I don't want any of you fuckers to clone me or attempt to clone me. I don't know what you're gonna do with my clones, and I feel personally responsible for any clones that come about because you used my DNA for some shit.
Well, it's an agreement with it, not to be used for cloning purposes unless the following sum is paid, and then have a nice hefty sum on top of that.
But just think of an honor of having a weirdo who actually might be collecting this for, I don't know, a couple of years, and then one night he decides to, I don't know, put all of that on himself.
Well,
he makes the
Weebo hair doll.
Yeah. Yes, Jesus. Exactly.
How do you wear the toenail clippings?
Or, for example, if he starts to dress up, if he starts dressing up like her, picking up one piece of cloth at a time.
Well, but that's the same reason why. Okay, that's part of the same reason why I wouldn't, do a 23andMe or MyAncestry.com thing because, I don't want some random organization out there to have my DNA on file for whatever usage. No, that's fucked.
The NSA already has it on file.
No, they don't.
They do.
Don't lie to me.
You've been throwing away your toenail clippings. They have it.
Why would they
care
spit
about... on the street that one time.
Oh my God, I am nobody. Why would the NSA care about little old me?
You'll have to ask them.
Yeah.
Weebo hair shirt. Actually, okay, funny story. Funny story, and this is going to sound really bad. I used to have long as fuck hair as a kid. Down to my ass, bottom of my butt. Long as fuck. 2 feet.
Well, according to the chat, you're still 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right now. No, but this was when I was in 6th grade. I finally decided to cut my hair. And I cut it all the way up to, where my collarbone is. And that was a good 18 inches, give or take. Or something.
From the base?
Huh?
18 inches from the base? I mean, you always have to get that...
Push it a little bit.
No. 18 inches from the end up to where I had cut it. That was how long the ponytail was after it got snipped off. Snip. Anyway, so my mom, she's like, "Oh, we're gonna donate it to Locks of Love or something." I'm like, "Yeah." Guess what never happened? She never donated that hair to Locks of Love. She kept that hair. All right, she kept it until my fucking sophomore year of high school when she moved out of her house. I don't know what happened to it, if she threw it out or if she still has it, but I knew that she had it until that year of high school.
She's been selling it.
So we need to contact your mother then for a hair?
Yeah.
Oh, God. See, this is part of the reason why me and my mother don't talk.
She has a Weebo doll, doesn't she?
You know what?
Provide aid and assistance in prayer. Even if it's a long distance one.
Jesus. I am not. She wears it to this day. You know, she probably turned it into a sweater. I don't fucking know. I haven't seen it. She probably got around to it. It's gorgeous hair. I'm very proud of it. I grew it myself, cultivated this shit, condition it every night, shampoo that fucker, and comb it out nice and
Brush it 100 times.
Dude, you're not supposed to brush your hair 100 times. It breaks the hair a little bit too much. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to just kind of comb it out from the bottom very gently until you get to the scalp, and then you're done. Don't brush it anymore. And if you do it right, you don't have to brush your hair for the rest of the day.
So why don't you have that same pride in your toenails? Clippings.
What?
Give your toenail some of the love here.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want me to do with my toenails? Wait, is it just my toenails or fingernails too?
Fingers are gross.
Yeah, toes and feet is where it's at.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially the pinky toe after you stub it.
You get that.
Yeah, we're about to feed some foot fetishists
quadrangle
here, so be careful.
Oh, Jesus.
What you say?
You guys are weird. Masturbation grows hair. That explains why my hair is so long. No, but for real though, my pinky toenail is really small. There's like barely any toe there.
Mine grows like little bat wings out the sides. I've torn them off so many times.
What has the stream become? I started off with a legitimate thing, and now we're talking about toenails and masturbation growing people's hair.
Well,
and
you brought up selling your pads, so
exactly.
Well, because we were
did
talking
this to
about
yourself.
We were talking about menstrual pads. We were talking about menstrual pads, gentlemen. Weebo is a four-toed sloth. No, I have a fifth toe. It's just really small. Great, now that's going to be a rumor. Weebo only has 4 toes. Yeah, you want to see him? Wait, no, that's exactly what you want, isn't it?
Yes, that'll be $100 tier.
Send feet pics
yes.
for $100? Yep, you bet. What side angle do you want? Dutch angles? All right, I can do that.
You gotta be economical. 70 is too much. I think at least, a startup pack should $100, let's say. I mean, let's make it special. For the first time buyers, free thongs and I don't know. 1 pad and a tampon. Yeah, that sounds like a good deal.
Then you get
where do you go?
You get up to the $500 tier, and you get to just casts for feet.
Oh, you can get a prosthetic toe for $40 on Etsy.
Wow, that looks creepy as hell.
Yep. You guys ever watch nail rejuvenation videos of some guy with like the fucking rattiest toenails ever, and then someone goes in there with like a scalpel and a fucking like needle and is just like going to town, getting everything all situated?
No, we have never watched that.
No, these are not things we do.
Yeah, that's not what we do.
It's an odd fascination. It's an odd fascination that I have, along with like the Dr. Pimple Popper videos.
Yep, I got that one. I can sport.
Oh, so you're judging me for toenail videos, but you're not judging me.
Hey, I don't fetish shame.
Oh shit! You can sell your toenails for $154 a batch.
What the hell's a batch? Is it per ounce? Like,
or is that like? Do you clip off all of the nails from both the fingers and the toes? And is that like?
Okay. This actually makes a lot of sense. The
you
government
label
was
them?
buying toenails for $154 a batch to study the amount of nicotine in them. Okay, well, as long as it's for science and not for masturbatory purposes.
And they bought 1,000 of them. No, they bought Wow.
Well, they have to end up somewhere along that long line.
All this time, I've just been throwing them away. I could be making money off of them.
Okay, where can I sell my toenail clippings? Oh, there are people with toenail clipping fetishes.
Of course there is.
Not just feet fetishes, but toenail clipping fetishes.
Rule 34.
Oh, I have actually never been on Craigslist, so we're popping
Let's
that cherry today.
Let's dive into this insanity.
Well, this is from 2003. It's an older one.
Oof.
Yeah,
Only
still-
fingernails, no toenails.
Hang
It's
on.
very important for reference. It's important for reference.
3:12 in the morning. When you get a craving for toenails, man, where will you be when the toenail craving strikes?
Whoa.
I'm sorry, fingernail clippings.
He accumulated the clippings from about 4,200 people.
Jesus.
What?
That's going to confuse some archaeologists 5,000 years from now.
Mhm.
Why is there a bag of toenail clippings in this house?
I can't wait for that. Who would masturbate with toenail clippings? Fast ass in the chat. That sounds a little bit painful to me, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that just sounds gritty.
Wait, hang on. Do you jerk off into the toenail clippings or use it as like a lotion?
Well, if you
Masturbatory aid?
for the aid, because if you masturbate into them, then you got to clean them off afterwards. It's a whole thing.
No. But like seriously, what do you do? Hang on. Now I'm gonna ask Google this question. What do people do with used toenails? No.
Is there an unused toenail?
No.
No, because once you grow it, you use it. So
Hang on. I think I have to be more specific with my questions. What
Toenail
do people
clippings?
with toenail fetishes do with toenail clippings?
I just look up toenail fetishes.
Clips ahoy.
Wow.
Oh shit. Now here's all the validity we need.
Wait, no, because
Oh.
Clips Ahoy is a play on words of Chips Ahoy, which is a type of snack. So please don't be eating the toenails. Please.
Don't be eating other people's toenails, especially.
Oh God!
They are.
What about eating someone's
Hey,
discarded
I
toenail
paid
clippings?
$200 for those clippings. I can do whatever the hell I want.
Oh God. Oh God. 10 pounds a bag. You're not
A
you're
bag.
shortchanging yourself, madam.
What the hell is a bag? Like, is that a
Yes,
actual
this is very
measurement?
this is very very loosely defined. I mean,
Yeah.
we need some more precise definitions.
Yes.
Metaphorist, Weebo is giving Google a confused boner. That I am. Thank you very much. $10 to $30 a bag. Yeah, no, you're you're not succeeding in your department, fam. Shit, Jolando, I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
No, god damn it.
Likely. Now you're better.
Yeah, it's better, right?
Yeah,
Much better.
what are you guys doing with your volume?
I think I've got a broken or partly broken wire in my cord.
Well, right now there's a storm that just descended here, like maybe literally 10 minutes ago. That's why everything crashed. Quite literally, the Bluetooth connection with my wireless headset has broken everything.
guys. Guys,
You know, is it bad that I cringe less at the thought of them eating them just as toenails and not baking them into like cookies and stuff?
actually, no, that is bad because if you're baking them into cookies, then at least like you're not just eating them by themselves like chips.
Yeah,
But
but
if you're
if they could bake it into cookies, they could serve it to other people.
no,
Exactly.
I didn't even think about that. Shit.
Now the idea has been implanted.
Ah! I'm never eating another cookie from anyone else
Too
ever
late.
again. Oh god.
Too late for a
God.
redemption.
No, but that reminds me of an episode of Criminal Minds.
Yes, that's actually
The
where
one where the
came up.
guy
Yeah.
bakes, or not bakes, he makes a whole bunch of like human chili and serves it to other people.
That was
It was probably very good.
I wouldn't know. I've never eaten people before, Jolander.
Neither I.
Well, then we're on the same page. But
Sure.
I have a question. In that circumstance, do you tell the people that ate the chili full of human that they ate a chili full of human?
Yes.
Or do you just not?
No, you do, because you want them to go out and make sure that they haven't picked any communicable diseases from it that we can pass on easily from human to human.
That's fair. That's fair. Although,
yeah, pause chili probably sells for more.
fuck you. Oh god, no! Did you see that episode of Mr. Medicare? Not episode, but that video from Mr. Medicare, the one about pauses.
Yes, a very special episode.
Oh god, that made me sick. I watched it while I was doing homework at the library, and I just nope.
Which episode?
You watch Medicare at the library?
While I'm doing homework, yeah.
I watched a lot of them. I think I skipped that one.
I don't care. Where will you be when you watch Medicare? Where will you be when you realize that people eat toenails and bake them into cookies to serve to people? Side note. I'm writing a book that has a lot to do with cannibalism.
Nothing wrong with cannibalism.
Well, I mean, there is some things wrong with cannibalism.
Plenty of cultures have had, a rich history of cannibal soups.
This doesn't get said as often as it should. But some cultures are better than others, and I think that those cultures that don't cannibalize their own are better than those that do.
It's a great way to control the population.
Dude! I read in high school, I was taking AP Lit. AP Lang. And it was AP Language and Composition. And the very first assignment that the teacher gave us was to read a modest proposal. Which, if you're unfamiliar with that lovely piece of work, you read it?
Mm-hmm.
But for those in the audience that have not read A Modest Proposal, essentially, Jonathan Swift. Let's just go to the Wikipedia because I'm not going to read the whole thing for you. But Jonathan Swift. Fuck.
You're trying to put Oliver Twist in there, aren't you?
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself after this Patreon stream. Anyway, so it's a satirical take. It's an essay that suggests that the impoverished Irish might ease their economic troubles by selling their children as food for rich gentlemen and ladies. This satirical hyperbole mocked heartless attitudes towards the poor, as well as British anyway. So after our teacher assigned this reading, we came into class the next day, shocked and horrified. And then he asked us for a logical argument against it from, without the emotional, moral bits. And no one could fucking come up with an argument against it.
That's the problem with it. That's why it's a modest proposal.
Of course, now that I'm older, I'm like, well, here's the thing. What if those babies are AIDS babies and you're accidentally eating an AIDS baby? Or what if those babies are syphilis babies and you actually accidentally eat a syphilis baby? You don't know that. Person could be selling you a baby, a child that is,
Well, that's why you put it to the same health and safety standards as you do any other kind of meat.
Regulate. Child food industry is regulated by the FDA.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This brand of children is not FDA approved. They need to be grass fed.
Well, here's kind of an odd futurist question. Would you eat cloned human meat?
First off, why would we go from would I eat cloned human meat? No, I would not. No, hang on. In order to ask me that hypothetical question, you have to pose me with an impossible like alternative. Like, oh, if we had nothing else left to eat, would you eat cloned human meat? Like, if we were running out of resources and there were no longer any animals to eat from, would you cannibalize people, or would you clone people and then eat them?
Let me actually kind of modify the question. For someone that has a desire for cannibalism, is it more or less ethical for them to eat cloned human meat than a human?
Depends. How old was the clone when it died and offered up its body to you to eat?
Well, it'd be a goal of at that point. But no. Just we're not cloning the whole person. We're just cloning the meat. It's basically vat-grown human.
But wait, in order for you to get a substantial amount of meat to feed, like, a person, you have to start from a benchmark of, this little cell multiplies from this one little cell into a full-fledged human. That way you get the meat. You can't just be like, snap your fingers and be like, here is some meat that has the same properties as this meat.
Well, correct.
Wait, why are we talking about this?
I know. Let's get back to Dr. Henry, whatever is.
Yeah, we left that road a long past.
I mean, those tabs are still
backtrack a little here.
How did we get from Egypt
to
eating cloned meat?
To eating cloned human flesh.
All right, chat. Press 1 if you would eat cloned Weebo Jones meat.
Jesus
Ooh, what tier is that?
$1,000. $1,000.
I mean, you need to buy the toenail clippings to be able to clone Weebo, and then you get the meat.
And Weebo ruins everything. Jesus Christ. Although, hang on, if you would like to see a really fucked up TV show that actually includes cannibalism as a method of survival for people that are, like, on the edge of extinction, have you ever watched The 100? I know the CW is kind of gay right now, but The 100 is basically their life raft in terms of good content that they're putting out, because it's apocalyptic. Everyone is fucking dying. No one is spared, and has really good graphic deaded scenes where you get to kill off favorite characters and shit. Boatman types 9. What does that number mean? Just curious. Is that a multiple? Or is that just you being silly?
He wants 9 servings.
No!
Well, 9 servings, that's
2 arms, 2 legs.
1 finger.
2 buttocks.
1 finger per serving. No, 1 finger per serving. We have to make a profit after all.
Yeah, I don't think the man can afford 9 servings.
$1,000 per serving, so that means 9 times 1,000. Well, that's $9,000 right out of the bat.
Well, okay, hang on. This is Kyle. Apocalypse TV series are overrated anymore. Not this one. They actually did something that was kind of daring and bold in the last season finale. I'm not going to spoil it for you because it was actually a really good season finale.
Are they actually surviving, or are they doing a lot of conscious survival things and still surviving somehow?
Okay, so there's a lot of inter-community conflict, not just within the community itself that's meant to be surviving, but also between different factions of people that are also surviving at the same time, that happen to be surviving in the same place. Lots of war, lots of death. It's basically like a post-apocalyptic Game of Thrones almost, but with teenagers and lots of near escapes from, like, the legitimate end of the world. Because they've almost killed off all of humanity at least 3 times. Which, as a person who really hates humans, I find that to be fantastic.
Speaking of hatred, tell me, what do you think about The Purge? Have you seen the movies?
I've
what do you
not
think about
seen any of the Purge movies. Should I watch one?
I haven't seen them, but the whole concept is so dumb.
Well, long story short, you have this political party, the new founding fathers of America, that take power in Congress, and they enact, what is it, the 28th or the 29th Amendment, basically allowing for 1 day in a year, for 12 hours, all crime is legal. All crime is legal, and
well, you know,
essentially
I know
it's
the
like
concept, but I haven't seen any of the movies.
Yeah, but the concept is just so dumb. I mean, how is that going to stop crime? It's not. It just, yeah.
Yeah, well, look at it this way. Throughout the year, you have a lot of people that piss you off, and for that 1 day in a year, you get to basically prepare yourself for the onslaught, and you
But
go
here's the
around
thing.
killing and pillaging and doing whatever the fuck you want. That's
We know
basically kind of the concept that it wants to tackle.
Well,
Yeah.
so basically
Just
you
what would
are.
happen? I mean, basically, what would happen if we, as a society, intellectually started declining to a more baser instinct to preserve the society that we currently live in, in peace and harmony, essentially. That's kind of the hypothetical concept that it tackles, at least in my opinion.
So, I mean, it sounds interesting. The one thing is essentially it's built on the premise that catharsis is the cure for the human condition, which is perpetual violence and wronging other people. The thing is,
Exactly.
studies have shown that catharsis doesn't work in calming you down necessarily. Like a massive violent outburst of just your rage actually perpetuates that. Like if you've ever talked to a woman,
it actually can be addictive too.
It can be. It really can be, because you get that surge of adrenaline and your blood starts pumping. And, adrenaline is one of those. It's one of those things that the body produces that's very, very addictive. Like, how you get sex addicts because there's like a release of serotonin and shit? Well, with, violence or just being outraged, the release is adrenaline. You can kind of get addicted to that feeling because in the case of sex, it makes you feel good, but in the case of, it makes you feel euphoric. In the case of violence, it makes you feel powerful. Same thing with like exercising. You can get addicted to, exercising, in the sense that when you exercise, you are releasing endorphins, which also make you feel good, which also make you want to continue to exercise, which can be unhealthy for you after a certain point. But
basically, the people that actually get a rush from killing, I mean, once they know that feeling, they would want more. That's basically that's the basic premise of how serial killers were born. Basically, after that one single event in their life that was, very illuminating for them,
and I think
they went on a spree.
And I think we have kind of a something similar to that now, because we have this huge hunting culture in America. Mm-hmm. And if you've ever talked to any hardcore hunters, they get almost orgasmic at the thought of getting that next kill.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of our purge in this country, is hunting season.
Probably is. But yeah, like I said, I've not seen the Purge movies at all. So I don't really have much of a hot take on it, as they should.
As movies, I like them. As a standalone movies. As a realistic concept, of course not. I mean, there is no fucking moron that would declare, 1 day of, absolute mayhem and apocalypse.
Yeah, because what's going to stop you from, well, other than, I guess, the National Guard and the Secret Service killing the president?
The Purge movies
according to the Purge, all politicians class 10 and above have immunity from the Purge, and they must not be touched.
Oh, how convenient!
Police, firefighters, and ambulances unavailable during these 12 hours. They're not working. So basically, you're going on a spree, and if you don't take cover and you don't survive for these 12 hours, well, you're fucked, because no one is going to come to your rescue.
So what happens? What happens when you still have, a family, tied up and tortured after the 12 hours? Are you then a criminal and get arrested?
I guess.
And then that's a crime if you continue to torture after these 12 hours. I mean, there's an entire lore dedicated to this, basically tackling all these hypothetical concepts. But for example, in the movie, it was also mentioned that, for example, the whole culture started changing and revolving around the Purge. Basically to a point where you had very poor people creating and making purge contracts with the rich people, basically selling themselves to be slaughtered on the purge day so that they could then give that money to the rest of their families so that they can actually, live off of something.
Oh wow, that's actually...
And the whole culture starts basically revolving around it. That one single day, the purge. Of course, it's not meant to be taken seriously, but still, I mean, it's a
but from
fairly interesting story.
That actually, if done right, it could be an interesting take on humanity. There was one thing that I saw in the chat that was funny. A metaphor is anarchy with a charter. Ha! Basically, yeah, that's the purge.
Absolutely.
Now, I have a question for you, gentlemen. If we were to live in a world where the purge was a thing, what would you do the night of the purge?
Rob the bank.
Okay.
I've never I don't have a lot of reasons to commit crimes now. I mean, I guess I would basically sit on my front porch and pick assholes off trying to get into me.
That's fair.
I don't like to leave the couch.
Yeah, purging sounds like too much work.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd probably, if the purge were a thing, I'd probably download a whole bunch of illegal videos and music and shit that night just to be like, I have these things now.
So
you can't get me, FBI. Fuck you.
So porn of your underage self?
That's just called, home movies.
That's not what I want to download. I want to download, all of the seasons of Code Lyoko so I can watch them.
You can get that now.
Yeah, the whole Brony series as well, along
Fuck
with
you.
some...
Oh, Jesus.
Do I look like a Pegasister?
Along with the season extras.
I actually know
I can
a
see you as a
Brony in real
Pegasister.
life. I know a real-life Brony.
Me too.
Really?
It's actually not bad.
I have normal friends.
Hey, I have normal friends. I also just know a lot of weirdos in real life.
Again, no fetish shaming.
Wait a second. William Apodeca says all of Lyoko is on YouTube.
Yeah.
All of it?
Yeah.
Legit? I don't have to download anything illegally or go to the public library to grab it?
You could just, I think you can also just go on Crunchyroll and see it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna cut this stream short so I can, I'm just kidding.
So your number one thing to do on the purge already you can do legally is,
Well, but the night of the purge there would be no, ramifications for it.
Well,
yes, on that...
It's already on YouTube.
Yeah, but...
Well, no. Okay. When I say I
ago.
download a whole bunch of shit illegally, it would be stuff I can't get on my own. I had to purchase The Man from U.N.C.L.E. the movie with Henry Cavill last night because I had a craving for some sweet, sweet Henry Cavill last night.
I bet the Mexican border is just plugged right up on Purge night because they can just come over legally then.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, exactly. I mean, imagine that.
Wait, no. Hang on. The purge is a national holiday, and they are international people. So does that mean that the law applies to them, or no?
I mean, just fucking imagine this. On the purge day, every single guy... Everyone on the border patrol just decides, you know what, it's my time to fucking purge. Fuck this place. I don't want to stay here for the rest of the night. I want to go out and purge some.
And the half a million Mexicans on the border swarm over them.
More like 500 million.
Oh.
Just imagine the possibilities that would exist on the purge night. I mean, murdering and killing someone is the simplest thing that you can do on the purge night.
I don't know, because murdering people, I have trouble killing flies. So not because I feel bad for them, but because it's just so much effort.
Most people don't want to kill other people.
Yes.
Not really.
Well,
as Weebo already described, after your first one, you can't stop at one.
I mean, what was the percentage? Like what 0.1, 0.2% of the whole population of the United States are probably going to commit murder, and of these 0.2%, like what only 1% of them would actually become serial killers, basically placing a population of a little over 300 million, reducing it to
Couple thousand.
2 to 3,000 people in the entire nation that are potential or actual serial killers at this very moment. I mean, 3,000 people that are serial killers. I mean, that's still a huge number, depending on the body count.
But hang on, isn't the criteria for serial killer really liberal in the way that it's included? Like, it's not. I think the requirements are like you have to have
at least four. You have to. I mean, you have to kill at least 4 people.
4 people.
Was
okay.
At least 4 people in what is considered to be a short span of time. Span.
And it has to be a similar methodology.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
So Madden tournaments.
Madden tournaments, yeah.
Oh fuck. So Columbine.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I feel like that criteria is pretty liberal compared to what the general public perspective on what a serial killer should be is. And I think that a lot of people think that a serial killer is like, oh, this really bad guy who kidnaps people and takes them back to his secret lair and has his way with their corpses after he's killed them, and then does something fucked up to their corpses afterwards, after the necrophilia has happened, and then dumps their body in the woods for everyone to find because he secretly wants to be found because he wants credit for his work and shit. I don't know. That's the perception versus like, oh, I'm just going to kill people. And that's that.
I mean, there were cases like these in the past.
Yeah.
But maybe like 40, 50 years ago. I mean, nowadays, serial killers tend to stay in hiding. They're not really... Even with this, social media explosion that's going on right now, I mean, they're not really prone to exposing themselves like that.
Side note, actually, guys, there is a video on my channel called "The Serial Killer Story." It tells the story of the time. Well, I'll let it tell the story for you, but it has to do with like one of my family members' real life interactions with a serial killer. Who will not be named at this point because you're going to have to find out for your fucking self.
It was a good video.
It was a good video. I worked very hard on that video. It was my 3,000 subscriber video. So a lot of people, because I'm at 8,000 now, don't know that video exists. And if you're into serial killer type shit or stories, and if you like the let's read type videos, then that is the type of video for you. Because I wanted to do something a little bit special and a little bit more interesting to kind of,
God, what a shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug on my own fucking channel. It.
Mm-hmm.
That's spam. That's
sorry,
that's
not
bannable.
Sorry.
Come on, moderators, do your job.
Wait, how would they moderate me? They just slap duct tape on my face?
Would, but you like that.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what powers you've given your moderators. If
that can be arranged.
That's a $200 tier as well.
Guys, wow. I mean, you're not wrong, but your opinions of me.
Are they a little too spot on?
God damn
If the opinion is spot on, then I have nothing else to worry about.
Don't kink shame.
There's no kink shaming here.
But
just enabling.
No, I am only okay with being silenced in the bedroom. Anywhere else, and I am not okay with that.
And I'm sure your neighbors are happy for you to be silenced in the bedroom too.
You're not wrong. I live in a house with 6 other people, and it can get a little bit noisy.
You just have to remember, butt plugs are disposable. After the first use, you gotta take the second one. It's clean. It needs clean, healthy shit. So.
What's the viability length of a butt plug? It's 1 year.
I wouldn't know.
It depends how often you clean it and how you store it. It's the best if you store it in a nice satiny bag. Perfect.
Unless you want the DNA, then you.
Okay, let's go back to talking about Dr. Henry.
We tried to, but you kept going.
What the shit? Oh wow, that was weird. We tried to, but no. I'm not taking the blame for this. All right, Makarov brought up the purge, and we started talking about that, and then serial killers. So that's what happened.
Hey, Henry's first tweet doesn't look so bad anymore.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Disgusting. All of a sudden, it's like, wow, that is tame.
You know that seems pretty legit, man. You know, no judgment. We have no right anymore. We have gone past the phases of debauchery.
Yeah, if that's what Henry's into, then you know.
He likes a nice rape fantasy as much as the next internet Egyptologist.
Yes.
He's a baller.
But let's see what else Henry has decided to put out into the world.
I would wipe my ads with that.
My ads with that.
Really?
God, it's another Evelyn tweet, so we can't see what he's responding to, and I'm sad.
Henry was above puns. I am so disillusioned.
Henry, you've disappointed us for the last time.
Really?
Oh, here's one with a graphic too. The Romans and the Greeks were black. They depicted themselves with thick lips. The front side has been changed to look Caucasian. Okay, sure.
That looks scientific to me.
And that's a Roman coin, so.
Yeah.
That is, those are not Greek symbols.
No.
Absolutely fucking not.
Hang on. Like, here's the thing, too, right? Okay.
This is a Latin inscription.
You can't
on the right.
You can't take a metal coin and use that. A metal coin, by the way, that has been through thousands of years of, shit, and be like, yeah, that's an accurate representation of people.
Where's he getting thick lips from? Like, that's weird.
Well, he's saying that's been changed to look Caucasian.
Oh.
By whom?
Mm-hmm.
Whom's the fuck?
They did it. Them.
They.
Yeah.
Wait,
With
which
Echo.
them?
Echo.
Is it the white them, or is it the triple parentheses them? Because there's a difference,
It's the echoes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
More Buddha was black. Oh, that's how we got into this whole conversation about other shit, because we were talking about what color Buddha was.
Yeah.
That's right. That's how this happened.
That rabbit hole opened up.
God damn it, Buddha. You're supposed to protect us from this shit.
Wait, how did Buddha go to Mr. Repsion? Because that's...
Okay. So if I'm correct, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, we started talking about... We started off talking about Egypt and how Egyptians were full-bodied,
Then you mentioned Repsion.
Dark. No, hang on. We're not there yet. Okay, so we started off in Egypt, and then we went to look up what color Buddha was. And then I went on this whole tirade about how different colors from different communities were different. And we went to the Egyptian article, the English article on Egyptian color usage in art, and we looked at the red color. And the red color was talking about
menstrual pads.
And then we were talking about, and then I brought up the whole story about how my housemate wanted to sell his dirty underwear, and how we were talking about Repsion. And that's how we got into the conversation about selling used dirty underwear. And then we were looking into toenails, because that's also a thing, because we pulled up that article about used underwear, that woman selling used underwear and her toenail clippings and shit. And then we were talking about the toenail clippings. And then
it basically just spiraled down like a plane on fire.
Yeah, that was the progression of this conversation. And we're already an hour and a half through it. All of that happened in an hour and a half. I just want you guys to know that. That's what happened.
The internet will not remember forever.
This is like a progression of degeneracy that usually is meant to happen like within like several months' time, but it's taken place within the span of an hour and a half.
We figure it's gonna be a couple months before we get another patron stream, so we have to get it all in at once.
Exactly.
No. don't know. As of right now, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be like a normal thing that happens monthly, if not bi-monthly. That would be fun too if we have more conversations like this. Because believe it or not, I am a degenerate at heart. This is so much fun to talk about.
We know.
Yep. What else we got? What's this face, guys? Is this supposed to be a meme? Am I not familiar with this face?
Jovenel voice.
Who dat?
I don't know if you hover back over, it says he's president of Haiti.
Oh, all right.
Oh yes, the shithole gate.
Yeah. Shithole countries.
Oof.
Blacks ruled Europe.
Oh,
Awesome.
what did he have to say to Jared Taylor? Okay, Jared Taylor, what the fuck happened? Is he also suspended on Twitter?
Probably.
Is that what's going? Yeah, he is.
Oh, I hope not. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. I mean, but
All
that
of
poor,
the good internet.
that poor grandpa. I mean, he's a really poor grandpa. I mean, he just sits down and says, "You know what? When I was an old Christian missionary, I went to the Eastern China and discovered the superiority of Eastern and Southeastern Asians over the white man, who is definitely above all of the others below us, like the Latinos coming at third place, with the blacks and the other breeds coming down under. And I need to propagate this truth to the rest of the world. Drama. Bleh."
Thank you for that, Makarov.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was moving.
Very moving and very touching.
I have a tear.
He's a very inspirational man.
Most of the images. Who is he talking to?
I think just himself.
Once again, he's talking to people who have been banned.
No. In this case, he's not replying to anyone at all. He's just talking to himself, and he's getting no responses back at all.
Wow.
I need you guys to recognize that this guy doesn't know how to tweet. What else is there? Oh!
Hope you get
Another
to
one.
Veronica and Evelyn.
Mm-hmm. What if Trump is secretly working with the Jews? All his children are dating and married to Jews. Is that true?
Probably.
Hold on a second.
They're all with lawyers, right?
Can you scroll back a little bit? I mean, these two statements kind of cancel each other out.
You racist prick.
I mean, so what if Trump is secretly working with the Jews? All his children are dating and married to Jews. But if you go up, scroll just a bit. Hold on. Hope you get raped and killed, you little Nazi whore. So hold on.
I think this guy's an actual troll, like a legitimate troll.
So does he hate the Jews, or does he
hates everyone?
I think this guy
looks
is a
that
little
or he hates his father, and this is how he expresses it.
How exactly does this work, really?
You know,
Not well, obviously.
let's keep going down. See what other hot takes we can see.
Bad tards?
Bad tards. Oh, it's another Jay Taylor tweet. This guy's got a hate boner for Evelyn and Jared Taylor.
Horrible J.O.
David Duke. Who edit? See anything you like, gentlemen?
No, he just kind of he doesn't have a whole lot there.
Donald Trump will not.
I like that.
Hun, was
bet
he
she liked that big black cock?
Hun, he tweeted at Richard Spencer. Go back up.
Did he? I missed that one.
Oh!
Yep, Richard Spencer.
Fuck!
Ooh, Trump will be killed, just like James.
Whoops.
Wait, see if Spencer
He missed the
still
mark
has
there.
a Twitter account.
No, he's not suspended. He shouldn't be. Nope,
Yeah.
he's not. It's probably the other person. Ah!
God, how bad
Not
is
gonna
everyone
lie,
else?
but that's like a direct online threat to the president.
No, he did it to Donald Trump, not Donald.
Yeah.
Oh.
To be fair, Donald Trump did not win.
That is true.
Donald
Donald.
Trump. It's French.
Wait, hang on.
Uh-oh.
France is so much better because of diversity. You gotta admit, white countries are boring. Russians suck. If they had more black people in Russia, it would be a lot cooler.
What is this shit?
I feel like Russia's
Suck.
already pretty cool, if you feel me. Catch my drift.
Ooh, another pun?
Bad puns.
God, Henry made a pun, now Weebs makes a pun?
I will fight you.
Fight me.
Let's go.
I think Weebs is Henry.
I'm
I think
not.
This is one of our sock accounts.
Yes. That's why the English is so bad.
Hey! Hey, I'm right here.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Yeah, because I'm...
He doesn't even like Family Guy.
Wait, he didn't?
Family Guy's garbage now. Maybe you should just pull the plug.
I literally just did a spit take on my monitor.
This guy is just... He's not a happy camper. What can we do to help Henry board? Hang on.
Drugs.
Jews again.
My computer is being slow as fuck, which is weird because it's not making that noise, you know, the noise that's typical of it when it's starting to work really hard.
You're roboting a little bit.
Oh, sorry. My computer is being a little bitch.
We got that. I was just mentioning you're roboting occasionally.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who hurt you that you are... Oh, that you have such a hate boner for everything ever. Is that good? Who hurt you that you have such a hate boner for everything?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, hang on. That's improper grammar. We need a comma there.
Yeah, put an exclamation point. A couple of them. To make sure
that
that's
seems
legit.
too enthusiastic.
Yeah.
I want to express that I'm showing concern, not that I'm outraged, you know? Oh. Yo, I got an advert on my stream. Thank you, the Beard Baron. I gotta make him a mod.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're co-hosts.
It's only
So that's the
proper.
thing. Yep. Anyway, so is that a good enough tweet? Should I send
I like it.
All right.
It's just
Fair
trolly enough.
Just trolly enough. That's basically me. That's why I haven't been banned on Twitter yet. I've never been suspended. I've never been banned. I've never been nada. I'm a good girl.
Your pussyfooting where available.
No, I don't pussyfoot. I've said some pretty edgy things, but no one's ever like. I've never done anything to the point where it would be considered banned worthy. I've pissed off a whole bunch of people, don't get me wrong, and I've been blocked by so many. I don't know how many, but so many. Especially because of that redhead tweet. But so many. And it's quite enjoyable. But no one's ever gotten to the point where they're like, you know what? Let's report this bitch. Excuse me.
Why would they? Like, if the purge was real, all you would do is be downloading movies.
Exactly.
Like that's the worst you can do.
Are you is this a roundabout way of calling me lame?
If that's your interpretation, I just heavily implied it.
I mean, you are right there with Flanders. So.
By gosh darn it. Oh, another Evelyn. Oh, that was the first one. Hang on.
Another Trump gets killed tweet.
And then Jerry.
Who's Jerry? Why is Jerry so important?
Hun, send another.
To himself.
What happened to the missing 4 years? This is Obama's second term.
4 years.
This is his second. Ooh, something happened. What happened?
Okay, now we need a fan fiction of this guy's tweet history. All right, so guys, I'm putting his link in the chat, not for you to respond to, but I need detailed fan fiction about this guy. We need to develop some sort of lore on the missing 4 years, right? And then the missing 1 year. This gentleman was very active in 2016 and in 2012, and now he has reappeared again. But why? We need to know why.
Spends time out in the wilderness.
This
he
man
only comes out during presidential elections.
He only comes out during your. Oh my god! Wait, hang on. No, because now he's just. Oh, maybe it's a midterm thing. Maybe he's
something
decided
told me
to
he's
be
going
out
to
during
be.
midterm.
There's going to be a resurgence of this guy. Don't worry. We haven't seen the last one.
But looking at the trend of things, Weebo, you do realize you're now going to get banned.
Why would I get banned?
Because he's tweeted you.
Oh no! Fuck. Alright, well guys, it's been nice knowing you. I hope you enjoyed my Twitter stints while I could engage in them. But hasta la vista now. My number is up. It's only a matter of days now before I leave, before I get banned.
Henry
Who
Board.
is he? Fast0025 if he asks. Well, we don't know. Henry Board is an enigma wrapped in a conundrum, and we shall find out. We need to know exactly who hurt Henry Board. You know what? Actually, we're gonna do something else. We're gonna search Henry, see who's mentioned him. He follows me. He has 0 followers. Who does he follow? I wonder.
All right, I have to follow him then. I feel bad.
You know what? Me too. Let's all follow Henry Board.
Oh,
He needs love.
means I have to open Twitter.
Oh, fuck. I forgot Twitter porn. God damn it. Alright.
Did you just show something bad?
So this is what you've been doing these past few months.
No. It was,
What did I
his
miss?
follow list. It was his following list. I didn't do anything.
Damn it, I missed it.
Well,
Oh,
we can rewatch it.
Oh, goody. Well,
So-
no, we
No,
can't
I gotta
because
censor it out.
The cat's out of the bag.
It's some woman eating ass.
Oh, okay.
Like, you don't actually see anything bad. There's no dick, there's no vagine, there's no titties. It's just
Don't worry, Weebo. We
it's
don't
just
discriminate.
2 mounds.
At least
No,
I don't. So
Hang on. It's just 2 mounds in a butt crack. and a person's face in a butt crack. God damn it. Well, I mean, it's a good thing there are only 12 minutes left in this stream. Until next time, gentlemen, when I get thrown off of YouTube for
Showing porn.
Hey,
for
reload
bullying.
Henry. Reload this page because I think he's got some followers now.
Yes, he does.
All right. Who hurt Henry Board? 5 followers. This is the most popular this man has ever been. Oh, look at there's my tweet. What else do we got? I want to see who's replied to him, if anyone. Nope, that's in our advertisement. We don't care about that.
Who would advertise on his page?
I don't know. I don't know. All right, I think that's it. Well, I am going to stop sharing my screen with you guys. I don't want to get
Are
in
you getting in more
trouble.
trouble?
I don't want to get in more trouble. I'm good. Also, guys, I really have to pee. I really do. I've been doing the potty dance in my chair for the last, 40 minutes. Well, I'm going to stick it out. I will prevail.
You know, you can probably get $100 an ounce for that too.
God damn it.
holy
What's
shit!
your Patreon?
Oh yes.
Is that $50 or is that 100? Is that worth it?
I don't Google it. See what the value of
P
It
is
does-
actually more expendable. P is
More
more expendable.
expendable.
So
It's
you can
perishable
reduce the
too.
price because you can reduce the price because the volume is basically infinite. So
Depends how much coffee she has.
I've had 2 cups today. I've had 2 cups and a fuck ton of water. I'm gonna die.
She's gonna need a new fund me campaign to get a new chair.
is.
This
J-
stream is a hot mess, guys.
Yeah, just don't make it a golden shower stream.
just,
No,
I mean, if
I would
you really want to help
never.
yourself, I mean, if you really want to help yourself, then since you got the schlong, all you have to do is position it so that the stream is held up all the way at the start.
I have 10 minutes. Stop talking about Pete. Stop talking about Pete. Stop doing it. Don't talk about it anymore.
All right, let's stop talking about that. Let's talk about Flushing Meadows.
I hate you.
It's a lovely town.
And just the relief you get when you get there. It's it's just amazing. You just feel so much better afterwards.
So, let's talk about bloody tampons again. Right? Okay? Cannibalism. Anything but that. Oh, pee dancing is apparently a genre of porn. Well, here you go, gentlemen.
Yes.
I accept Super Chat and Streamlabs donations.
Also, check out pornhub.com/Weebo.
God damn it. No, I don't have a Pornhub for this
There'll
account.
be plenty of
this
feet
account.
and
God, I have
The initial offering of bodily fluids will be open starting November 1st.
No, I can't.
Check out for the after specials after Thanksgiving.
Okay, let's talk about eating ass instead. Thank you, Beardbarian, for that wonderful idea. All right, so ass eating. Has anyone ever done it on this stream?
Yes.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
How was it? How?
It was just like any other type of oral.
God
As long as
damn
they're clean, it's good.
Jolander, $10. Yeah, shake it, Weebo.
God, he gave $10 just for that.
The urge to pee has left me now.
Shake it up.
No, it's gone.
And it's fine as long as the other person doesn't fart.
I'm gonna put this over here.
Let's stop talking about eating ass.
Okay.
Why?
What about eating cloned ass?
Why?
Well, here's
Why
the good
did
thing.
I make streaming a Patreon tier?
Is it more ethical to eat cloned ass?
I'm gonna say only if the ass consents.
Can clones consent?
Only if they have a mind. Because do you make your clones with minds?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or are they just blank slates?
I don't know.
Well, there is one good thing, at least for me. In all of this internet debauchery, if I decide to, if I request to be deleted permanently from the internet, my request needs to be, honored and respected. At least that's the new provision in the European law that allows me to do so. So,
would you want to be deleted from the internet?
I mean, no, I don't want to. But let's say if I wanted to, I can request it. I mean, I'm gonna make a short snippet. I'm gonna paste it in the chat so that you can see basically what these new provisions are.
But they're only going to delete you from the ClearNet anyway.
Okay, I'll send you the whole link. This is the link. I mean, when you open the page, I mean, you can show it to everyone if you want to. You don't need to, but basically, if you scroll down just a little bit, when you go to the detailed provisions, individual rights, these eight provisions are basically like the 8 commandments. Very short, very simple, and very clear.
Hang on.
Now they still have to hold some data.
Actually, no. Under the provisions, if I say to the company that's processing my data that I want them to erase that data, no ifs, no buts. It needs to be deleted.
It says right here, however, the ICO acknowledges there are legal obligations and professional guidelines that may require data controllers or processors to retain certain kinds of data for specific periods.
Yes, but that is just one of the stipulations. For example, in the company that I'm working at, when the GDPR was introduced, they had to basically remake all of our working contracts and include the provisions as like for example, what data will they collect? To whom will they disseminate that data? How long will it stay in the European databases and in the servers abroad, outside of the European Union? And at what time will they be deleted? Everything needs to be very specific and very precise. And if the company fails to meet even one of these provisions, they are at risk of some serious fines. Very serious fines.
So, two things. Yethna P, thank you for the $5. Weebo, thank you for the flow of waterfalls that stream and scream in relief as the water has its release. Empty the ocean of your your mind. Fuck you. And also, 4 minutes left, guys. 4 minutes. Just say. Just say. I'm gonna die.
Well, since we're going to talk on afterwards, go and relieve yourself. We'll continue. We'll continue in 2 minutes.
Will you guys be able to survive without me?
Yes, absolutely.
We'll be able. Don't worry.
All right.
You're excused. Well, now that the rat has left the ship,
Yep.
the mice can roam on.
Oh, she muted herself, so the stream can't hear her.
Yeah, you gotta pay
well.
extra for that, Cotton.
Too bad for the fetishists.
Yep. They were hoping.
Oh, but don't worry, there'll be plenty more opportunities.
Yep. Tune in next month.
At the earliest. Well, who knows?
So, guys or Chad, what kind of weird fetishes do you have?
Yes.
Oh, this boatman, this stream was demonetized from the moment I got on here.
Exactly. After all, FOD policing needs to be, well, picture perfect after all. So.
Man. She doesn't keep her bucket nearby, I guess.
I thought that's what we all did.
That is exactly what we're going to suggest when she comes back. A bucket.
A bucket, yeah, definitely a bucket.
I'm back. What did I miss?
You keep your bucket nearby.
What's a
Exactly.
bucket? A bucket for what?
Well, the next time when you have to take care of your latrine, just place a bucket right under you.
And just throw it out the window behind you. Just.
Yethna P, $2. Thank you. Haha, it worked, guys. Talk shite while she's gone. Is that what you guys did?
Yes,
I'm
that
not
is
gonna lie, I
exactly.
totally expected that.
We're completely trashing you. Yeah, humiliated you to the point of no return.
Yeah.
You won't be able to come back from it.
Wait, what does Jeff Holiday do on stream when he needs to pee? Does he pee into a bottle?
He puts a song on and puts a little splash screen up.
Oh, because I don't nearly have enough ability. Okay, so that would require OBS, and I don't have OBS because my computer doesn't have enough memory to do all of the video stuff that I want it to do, plus homework stuff, plus run OBS. However, and I'll say this for the last 60 seconds that we have on stream, I have gotten my hands on a computer tower and a motherboard, and I just got the thermal paste in so that I can start, putting the process. I can put the processor back on the motherboard to see if it works. So I'm in the process of building a computer. Hopefully, we'll see how well it works. But it's baby's first computer, built I think in 2014. So by tech standards, it's ancient. Again, we'll see how well it works. If I need to get a whole bunch of new stuff, I do have some money saved up specifically for this purpose. But I got most of the materials that I have right now for free for the computer. It was nice because that means I don't have to spend all of my money on a new system. But I do have to figure out what I need, what I don't need, and in the process of doing that. Once I get that up and running, then everything that has to do with streaming will go from tier 7 to tier 29. So we're looking forward to that. And with that, we're at 4 o'clock, gentlemen. So say your goodbyes and shill whatever it is that you need to.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you next time.
And yeah, I guess next stream will the baby will be further along. So come back.
Yeah.
I'm not pregnant. Thank you, Bill Stevens, for the $5, and I will never talk bad about my thief. Oh, thank you. Anyway,
The next stream we can dedicate to snuff films and their
All right.
culture and their
All right.
very cultural impact.
I'm game.
Awesome. We've got a topic.
Let's do it.
This
Bye, gentlemen.
Goodbye.
Toodles.
Goodbye, bye.